What happens when American industrial giants like Ford and John Deere step into the political arena, not with whispers, but with roaring engines and bold statements? Right on stage? And not just any stage, one where Donald Trump himself is the centerpiece. Buckle up, because this clash of machines, money, and messaging just flipped the narrative in ways no one saw coming. In a turn of events that had political analysts and industry insiders scrambling for explanations, two of America's most iconic brands, Ford and John Deere, made headlines not for a new car or tractor, but for something far more unexpected. Taking a very public, very pointed stand, and it was aimed directly at Donald Trump. It all started at what was supposed to be a standard industry expo in Michigan, a place where agriculture, auto, and manufacturing sectors come together to showcase their latest and greatest. Trump was invited as a keynote speaker, an attempt to bolster support from the blue-collar base he often praises. The stage was set, flags waving, cameras rolling, supporters cheering. But just before Trump could take the microphone, the real show began. Ford, in an almost theatrical move, launched a video presentation on the main screen, highlighting its investments in green technology, electric vehicles, and union-backed manufacturing jobs in states that had been heavily affected by past industrial decline. The narration, chillingly direct. We build for the future, not for the past. We innovate for everyone, not for the few. Subtle? Not quite. The message? A clear jab at Trump's past criticism of electric vehicles, his combative stance on unionized labor, and his nostalgic push for coal and old-school manufacturing. And before people could even finish murmuring about Ford's boldness, John Deere followed up, not with a commercial, but with a surprise guest speaker, the company's CEO, flanked by two farmers from Iowa. They spoke passionately about climate challenges, the need for sustainable equipment, and how Trump's trade policies had once crippled their crops and crushed their hope. Then came the hammer. We don't plow backwards, we move forward, together. Boom. Applause, stunned silence, and a whole lot of awkward glances. Trump's reaction? Visibly shaken but trying to keep composure, he started his speech by downplaying the displays, calling them corporate stunts, and labeling electric vehicles as toasters with wheels. But the damage had been done. The visuals, the statements, the emotional testimonies, all live-streamed, all clipped, and viral within minutes. Why this matters. Now let's zoom out for a second. Why would Ford and John Deere, companies historically neutral or conservative in public politics, do this? And why now? It turns out, this wasn't random. Sources inside both companies revealed a shared concern. Polarization is bad for business. Employees across political lines, customers from red states and blue. But most importantly, looming EV mandates, climate policies, and global competition are forcing these companies to evolve. Trump's aggressive rollback of environmental protections and his America First isolationist rhetoric, once helpful to some sectors, is now seen as a liability in a rapidly globalizing, climate-conscious economy. So instead of cozying up to the candidate, these companies made a calculated gamble. Reclaim the narrative before it's too late. They're not just making trucks and tractors anymore. They're making statements. Backlash and support, the fallout. Of course, the backlash was instant. Conservative media called the move woke capitalism gone wild. Trump supporters vowed to boycott Ford again. And John Deere got labeled green sellouts on social media. But here's the twist. Ford's stock ticked upward after the event, driven by investor confidence in its EV strategy. John Deere saw an increase in equipment pre-orders, particularly from environmentally certified farms looking to future-proof their operations. More interestingly, younger voters and first-time buyers started flooding social platforms, praising the companies for standing up for progress, innovation, and, perhaps most importantly, the truth. Even some moderate Republicans admitted the move made them think twice about Trump's long-term vision for American industry. The bigger picture, corporate power in politics. This moment raises a bigger question. Are we entering a new era where corporate America takes the mic when politicians won't? It's not just about Trump. It's about a generation of companies realizing that silence equals complicity, that staying in the background may not be enough anymore. And if Ford and John Deere, two of the most traditionally conservative, heartland-rooted blue-collar brands, are willing to challenge a former president on live stage, what message does that send to the rest of the corporate world? One thing's for sure, the old rulebook just got shredded. So what happens now? Will more brands speak up? Or will they retreat from the fire Ford and John Deere just walked into? Will Trump adapt, retaliate, or double down on his traditionalist message? One thing is certain, the battle for America's future isn't just happening in Congress or at the ballot box anymore. It's happening on stage, in boardrooms, and on factory floors. This was more than just a speech. It was a signal, a shift, a spark. Because when the wheels of industry start turning against you, even the loudest political engine might stall.